Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to Besiege. Um, sorry, I'm still slightly recovering from my cold that I had. So yeah, I will stand differently as I did say in the um, what is it, War Thunder video. Yes, and so today I saw the Force Awakens, Star Wars Episode 7 trailer. And so yeah, that's exciting, new Star Wars, yay. So I thought now would be a good time to try for the 50th time to record um, this video that I wanted to do, which is of the new Star Wars builds that I've been doing in Besiege, because Star Wars is full of awesome vehicles and starships and stuff, and so I just decided to start making loads of small ones, and I do have those on a Steam Workshop. You can download all of them. I have a collection of them all, um, and so yeah. Here is the first one that I made, which is a mini Hornet Interceptor, which is also known as the Jedi Interceptor, I think. This would have an astromech droid here. These are the two main laser cannons. Um, these are the sort of mini wings. I always keep saying that, but they're not really wings. They're sort of, I don't know, little flappy things that are there. And so that's what these wooden. Well, they're wooden plates. No, wooden panels. So yeah, that's what these wooden panels are. This is meant to be the cockpit. They're just pistons, just to differentiate in colour between the wood here of the main structure and the cockpit. These are, I think, meant to be engines. The wood panels are mounted on hinges, so you can change it so that they are actually yeah, whatever it is, at angles. So yeah, controls for this, not much. For all of these mini ones, drag object and 0G are your best friends with these models. Because the wings are sloped, they're sort of like a right angled triangle shape, and there are no angles in Besiege. Excuse me. I have instead used braces to sort of show the triangle shape. And I think it looks all right here. So yeah, press the left arrow key will move the wings, and yeah, drag objects. Take hold of any part you want and fly around as a Jedi and defeat the Empire. Um, so yeah, pressing H does extend the pistons, but the pistons aren't actually meant to move. They're meant to just be there as purely decorative. After you have adjusted the mini wings here, there is nothing else really much to do with that. There are no other controls. Drag objects will allow you to drag it around. All of these mini builds are pretty stable things. They can take lots of bashing unless they crash into an explosive. Oh dear. And yeah, they are pretty stable unless that happens. And they smash into a bomb. But other than that, they can take all the regular bumps and bashes that they might have with you dragging it around. So yeah, there's the mini Hornet or Jedi Interceptor. The next one is the Imperial Shuttle. This one, slightly more blocks, but yeah, same thing as a mini build. So here is the cockpit using what are they? Metal plates as using metal plates as the just to show the glass of the cockpit, just to differentiate between the body, wings, and cockpit. This has actually been covered in wooden panels, just to make it look like, a little bit smoother. I think it looks alright. It's got hinges here to adjust the wings, so you can move them. With left and right arrow, up and down arrow will move the cockpit up and down. And these flamethrowers are representing the engines, so pressing Y will activate the flamethrowers and make the engines. Not too sure what the starting block is doing here, because I'm pretty sure I didn't build it like that, but apparently I was mistaken. So, pressing play, the starting block will just fly off somewhere because it sort of is stuck slightly in there. let me just drag it up a bit. All of these machines will fit in the build area. They will fit in the boundary box. So pressing down arrow will adjust the cockpit. Pressing down right arrow will adjust the wings. There you go. That looks alright. And here you go. Here's the Imperial shuttle. Pressing Y, as you can see, activate the engines, and then off you can fly. And yeah, you can just fly around like this. The main bits with this that will probably come off are the wings and the cockpit, because all that's holding them are steering hinges. So yeah, the flamethrowers will run out after 10 seconds because that's how long flamethrowers last in this game. So yeah, this one probably can't take as much of a beating. As you can see, there you go. The wings have just the top wing has just smashed a little bit. But yeah, left and right arrow will move your shuttle wings. If you press up arrow, it will move them up. Got to be careful with this though, because I think what did happen to me is that the wings kept getting stuck to the central wing. I'm not too sure why, but it looks like they stopped doing it. So yeah, good for me. So yeah, this thing, it's pretty stable, but as you can see, they do break. They are, after all, only wood, and if you drag them too harshly, then yeah, they'll all just break apart. As you can see, wings just come off. So yeah, there's the Imperial shuttle. Millennium Falcon. There you go. This is a pretty good model. I quite like this one. Starting block is integrated here to show the cockpit. Once again, using braces to show the slight sloping here of the going out to the main body of the Millennium. These wooden panels are showing the. I think it's meant to be. I think that's where the cargo would be loaded in the Millennium Falcon when it was actually a cargo loader. So that's the sort of covered bit. These grip pads are the airlock doors. These, what are they? They're like swivel joints or something. Where'd they be? Should they be? No? Yeah, yeah, swivel joint. So these swivel joints are meant to, representing the laser cannon turrets up on the top and bottom of it. These are the vents for the engines. These bracers here, those 6 dots from them, that's what they're representing. So yeah, let me just show you this flying around, because there's not really much more that you can say. There are no moving bits for this one. There are no controls, because the swivel joints just swivel on their own. That's why they're called swivel joints. Yeah, the grip pads are there just purely decorative. You can, I suppose, pick them up. You can't complete any levels with these mini builds. They're just really for fun. But then with any mini build, unless they state it, and I didn't state it, then yeah, they're probably not going to do anything. So yeah, this is really just for show, these mini builds, but they're still pretty cool. So here you go, Millennium Falcon. Hey, smash. Still pretty steady, as you can see. So yeah, the only things that will really come off are probably the swivel joints or the wooden panels. Oh, there you go. There's a bit. Oh, that was a bit from the front. Oh, the 2 bits from the front. Huh. Okay. So yeah, there is the Millennium Falcon. What we got next? Naboo Fighter. This is one of my other favourite ones. This and, well, so far what you've seen, this and the Hornet Interceptor are 2 of my favourite models that I've made. Because of the absence of any sort of silver block in Besiege, I am instead using pistons to represent the front of the Naboo Starfighter plus the cockpit of it. Wood is representing the yellow body, because there are no yellow blocks in Besiege. Let me just take a drink of tea there. So it does end in a point at the end of each engine pod and the back of the cockpit. So wooden poles are being used to represent that. The pistons are activated with H, but they're not really meant to do anything. They're literally there for representation and differentiation. Use the starting block integrated there as the center. And yeah, this is another one, because it looks really cool. Here are the engines. You can sort of tell what it is by looking at it. You can sort of tell that this is if crude, but you can still see that it is a Naboo Starfighter. So yeah, you can go off at breakneck speed, fly around. The bits that are probably going to come off of this one are apparently the whole of apparently the whole of the fuselage. I was gonna say the poles here, but apparently I was wrong because everything's just broken apart. Oh dear. Um, oh dear, that just internally combusted. The droids must have sabotaged it. So yeah, there's that. Let me just take another drink of tea here. Yeah, so this one is the first actual starship that you'll see so far into this video, and it is of the Nebulon B frigate. So this is the really thin one that's also pretty long, that has like the engine pod at the back and then the rest of it at the front. Here's the bridge. Here are the engines, and here is where all of the crew and everything happens. There is like the thin walkway, and to show that I've used a brace, because the brace, although it's not the stablest thing in the world to use, it was the thinnest, and I think it suits the job alright. Nothing on this moves, there are no moving parts. I did think of adding flamethrowers for the engines, but then I was like, no, that sort of makes it too long. It makes it three long instead of 2, and I think the 2 works better with this whole mini model. There isn't much detail on the Nebulon B frigate because it is all just a whole load of decks and windows. So instead I've just used braces here, just to add a little bit of detail, and a slider. The slider is braced in place, so it won't actually move, it's just there to add a little bit of a front recognition, sort of. And yeah, the whole engine thing will wobble, and I think the engine does sort of fall off if you're not careful. If you smash it into something, this will just away, because it is after all only held on by this single brace to the rest of the Nebulon B frigate, so yeah, if you're a roving TIE fighter, you know where to shoot it, just poof, then, oh dear, we've lost the engine, then they just drift off into space. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good model. You can, again, sort of tell what this is, that it is the Nebulon B frigate. I didn't really know what this was actually called until I was actually just looking, searched up on Google Star Wars starfighters and starships. So yeah, I will eventually do like walkers and stuff, like the ATT, the ATST, ATTE, yeah, things like that. So yeah, as you can see, the brace is sort of wobbling, and if you're not careful enough, there you go, bye engine, don't need you anyway. So yeah, you just got to be careful with it, until something like that happens, in which case, yeah, you just got TIE fighted. So yeah. Got to be a bit careful about it because of the single brace, but other than that, it's alright. Now, as I finish drinking a little bit more tea there, this is the Neimoidian Shuttle. This was, I think you probably would have seen it in either episode 1 or 2. It was used by the Trade Federation, I'm pretty sure that's where it's from. This would be like yellow, and then this is like a little silvery bit where you can see loads of like electronics and stuff. These are meant to be the landing legs. They're not that strong, because if I'm to take off 0G and play it from here, crunch, it just sort of collapses under the... Because this thing weighs a lot. Look at it. I mean, it does look like a pretty heavy thing. I mean, I can lift it up using drag object, but it is a pretty heavy thing. So yeah, it is a pretty heavy thing, so the legs won't support it unless you were to do that, I think. Yeah, if you set it on the ground it will work, but if you drop it from any sort of height, the legs will just snap off. Yeah, to try and keep some of the structure, because it is a fairly rounded fuselage, I've used braces on each block. These pistons are meant to show the sort of silver electrical things that you can see in sort of like a center strip. This is meant to be the cockpit, because it uses pistons, and then it is covered with metal plates. Excuse me. Here is the one central wing sort of thing, and again using braces to try and make the sort of wing shape. And And yeah, with this one you can also drag it around. You can take off the legs if you wanted to, if you want it to be in flight mode. I did actually want to make the legs fold up, but in this small scale, I just couldn't find a way that was easy to keep with the small scale, plus make the legs fold up. So instead, I just thought, yeah, I'll just use wooden poles. It is a very strong model, except for the I say as the wing just shears off. Only really the poles on the wings will probably come off if you smash this thing into the ground. The rest of it, as you can see, it's all braced up, so it's all pretty strong. The only way this is going to happen is if it is a total fail of the structure from you doing this or something. As you can see, a bit of it has fallen off here. There you go, that's implosion right there. So yeah, your bits will fly everywhere, but that's from really making it fail. That is testing to failure. But it is a very strong model. So yeah, there's that one. Here's an Outrider, which is basically like a Millennium Falcon, but with the whole crew thing here, and this is just the propulsion bit. It again has got two. It again has two laser turrets on it, top and bottom of the main fuselage. These grip pads are representing the engines. I probably should have used the actual Millennium Falcon that I'd made, because that's pretty much what it looks like. But it is a fairly rounded thing with this thing sort of precariously bolted on the side. It's not one of my best models, I will say. The bits that will fail is the actual cockpit, which is like the one thing that you don't really want to fail. But oh, it survived that. Oh, with only minimal damage. Oh, I say, is it all? Yeah, it's disintegrating. No, that wasn't minimal damage. It is dead. Yeah, it's not my best model, I will say that. But yeah, I'm trying to do all the Star Wars vehicles, so I thought let's do this. So yeah, there is the Outrider. As I just finished that little bit of tea that I'm drinking. This is the Radiant 7. This thing that you saw me skip over is just a paddle boat that I made for the water mod. But yeah, here's a Radiant 7, which is I think this is from episode 1. I'm pretty sure from the very beginning of episode 1, where like the turret comes down and smashes into the cockpit and then it all explodes. I think this is a very good model. It does look like it because it has the characteristic massive freaking engines that are just used, which for that I just used larger wheels because they sort of fit it perfectly. So I sort of built this model around the big wheels. Here is the cockpit. Here is the escape pod. All braced up. Try to make some of the sloping here. Hey, is this the rating? It is the rating. So, for some reason I was thinking that it was the tentative 4. But no, so here is the sort of other bit. I wanted to say that that's like the bridge, but that's the bridge with the cockpit. Yeah, there is the central starting block, so sort of built that way and that way, keeping that as the center. So braced up, trying to keep some of the sloping here on it with braces. Yeah, this is one of my other favourite models. There aren't actually any controls for the last like 3 models I showed you: the Outrider, this, and the Neimoidian Shuttle. But yeah, so piston just used as decorative. These wooden panels are just to show that that is the escape pod. It sort of differentiates it, because otherwise you would just see some wood. So yeah, that adds a little bit of detail, and also shows that that is the escape pod. Giant wheels don't actually do anything. They move because pressing the up and down arrows is what normally moves them forwards and backwards. But other than that, they're purely for decoration. That just to show that those are the massive engines. So yeah, I really like this model. It again is pretty sturdy. I'm just going to shake it around until something fails. There you go. There's a bit. Can we get the center of the fuselage? Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's been Death Starred. So yeah, I'll fly the bits. So yeah, this is one of my favorite models. and I think I will leave it there until something happens to make me have to record that bit again. So I will instead move on to this, the Republic. What is it? The Republic assault ship. I will move on to that next time. So I will thank you for watching so far, and goodbye.